going to talk about just a little of the history of this very venerable institution. As I mentioned down the hill, it is one of the oldest existing institutions in the city of Melbourne, founded just a couple of years after the private company, the Port Phillip Association, headed by John Batman, started up Melbourne basically as a company town. So it was in 1836, the Batman's party landed. 1839, the Melbourne Club was established, so that the establishment would have somewhere to wine and dine, glut their wine and so on. Some of the early members, if you look at the founding members of the Melbourne Club, you find names like the Henty brothers. There's still a Henty corporation that they founded, one of the great land-grabbing agricultural companies that turned the Western Districts of Victoria from a place where probably tens of thousands, at least tens of thousands of Aboriginal people had lived for thousands of years. The Henty brothers and their like turned their place into a place where, well, you know, people don't make much profit, do they? So let's kill the people, was their philosophy, and run sheep instead. One of their fellow members of the Melbourne Club was a fellow Dalgety. He also founded one of the great corporate empires, which is still around to this day. And another fellow, Neil Black, one of the Western District pastoralists, one of the founding members of the Melbourne Club, who, conscious of his place in history, actually left his diary for us to go through. And it contains such gems as the quote, this is casual observation one day, "In order for a gentleman to secure his run, that is his sheep run, in this district, it is necessary to slaughter the natives left and right." Neil Black, founding member of the Melbourne Club. That's the sort of calibre of person that this club was founded by, and I can continue the list. Some of the other big names, J.B. Ware, which was synonymous with stockbroking in this city for a century and a half. Mr. J.B. Ware was one of the founding members of the Melbourne Club. Captain Russell, who very generously donated his name to Russell Street, one of the founding members, one of the members of the private company, the Port Phillip Association, along with Mr. Swanston. All of them were members of the Melbourne Club. Now, if you think this sounds like a very cosy arrangement, well, it was. The governor, who controlled the police force, was also a member of the Melbourne Club. The Chief Justice of Victoria, a Beckett, followed by Redmond Barry, the man who